Finding this moment of quiet with you feels like discovering a hidden spring in a dry land, and I'm so thankful you've joined our Miracle Prayer Studio family today. If these words bring a sense of home to your spirit, I hope you'll stay with us by subscribing so we can walk this path of faith together every single morning. Our shared journey through this life often brings us to a place where the colors seem a bit faded and the rhythm of our own hearts feels heavy with the chores of existing. We wake up, and before our feet even touch the floor, the weight of yesterday's unfinished business and tomorrow's looming shadows tries to settle on our chests. It is a very human thing to feel small, to feel as though our inner batteries are drained of the light we need to shine for those we love. Yet, in this shared silence of the early hour, there is a subtle shift occurring, a recognition that we weren't meant to carry the universe on our shoulders. We are fragile vessels, yes, but we are vessels designed to be filled by something much greater than our own willpower. When we acknowledge our emptiness, we aren't admitting defeat. We are actually preparing the space for a brand new kind of energy to move in. In Isaiah 40:31, we find a promise that feels like a gentle hand placed upon a weary shoulder, telling us, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." My King, as I sit with these words from your holy scripture, I feel my heart beginning to soften and open like a flower toward the morning sun. To hope in you is not a loud or demanding act, but a quiet leaning of the soul against your everlasting chest. I see now that renewing my strength isn't about working harder or pushing myself until I break, but about waiting in your presence until your life begins to flow through mine. You invite us to soar not by flapping our wings in desperation, but by catching the wind of your spirit and letting it lift us above the valleys of our worries. I want to breathe in this truth today, letting it settle into the deep places of my mind where I have felt faint. I focus my gaze entirely on you now, Father, turning away from the distractions of my phone, the noise of the world, and the nagging voice of my own inadequacy. This moment is just for us, a sacred communion where I let your peace become my oxygen. My dear Lord, I come to you with open palms, holding out this day as a humble offering. I give you the first hours, the middle moments of labor, and the quiet descent of the evening. Everything I have planned, from the smallest errand to the most significant meeting, I place into your capable hands. Please take my schedule and breathe your grace into it, so that I do not rush through my life, but instead move with the gentle rhythm of your will. I offer you my interactions with strangers, my conversations with colleagues, and the way I look at my own reflection in the mirror. May every step I take today be a step taken in partnership with you. I surrender my need to be right, my desire to be noticed, and my fear of failing. Instead, I ask to be a simple instrument of your peace, trusting that you have already walked through the hours ahead of me and prepared the way. Father in heaven, I entrust to you the burdens that I usually try to fix on my own. I lay down the anxiety I feel about my finances, the tension that sometimes shadows my relationships, and the quiet grief I carry for things that didn't go as I hoped. I surrender the health of my body and the clarity of my mind to your care, knowing that you are the great physician who understands the knitting together of every cell. As I go through this day, help me to remember that I am not the one in control, and what a beautiful relief that is. I offer my hands to do your work, my feet to go where you lead, and my heart to love those you place in my path. My King, let my life today be a living prayer of trust, a steady song of "Thy will be done," that resonates through every choice I make. Jesus, my heart swells with a quiet, trembling gratitude as I think of the sheer mercy that allowed me to open my eyes today. I am thankful for the soft light filtering through the window, for the steady beat of my heart which I did nothing to earn, and for the simple comfort of a warm drink in my hands. You provide for me in ways I often overlook, in the safety of my home and the breath in my lungs. I see your kindness in the faces of my friends and the unexpected help of neighbors. I am grateful for the lessons learned in my struggles and for the moments of laughter that catch me by surprise. Thank you for being the anchor that holds me when the storms of life feel overwhelming. I cherish the way you never grow tired of my questions and the way your love remains constant even when my own faith wavers. Father, I find myself needing to ask for your gentle forgiveness for the ways I have strayed from your path recently. I am sorry for the moments yesterday when I allowed anger to cloud my judgment or when I let a harsh word slip before I could catch it. Please forgive me for the times I have been selfish with my time, ignoring the needs of others because I was too focused on my own comfort. I regret the moments I spent in worry, which is really just a lack of trust in your goodness. I ask for your mercy for the pride that makes me think I can handle everything alone. Wash me clean, my King, and help me to start this day with a pure heart and a clear conscience. I am so thankful that your forgiveness is not something I have to beg for, but something you offer freely because of your infinite grace. My dear Lord, as I seek to feel your presence more deeply, I ask that you would tune my spirit to the frequency of your love. Often, I am so busy talking that I forget to listen. This morning, I want to be still enough to hear the whisper of your guidance. Help me to notice the beauty of the world you have created, from the intricate patterns of a leaf to the vastness of the sky. In these wonders, I see your power and your creativity, and I am reminded that the same God who directs the stars is concerned with the details of my life. I want to live today with an awareness that you are right beside me, in the passenger seat of my car, at the desk in my office, and at the table during my meals. Let your presence be my constant comfort, a shield against the loneliness that sometimes tries to creep in. Father in heaven, I ask for a renewal of my mind today. So often my thoughts become a tangled mess of what-ifs and should-haves. I pray that you would untie these knots and replace them with the clarity that comes from your Spirit. Give me the wisdom to discern what truly matters and the courage to let go of the trivial things that drain my energy. When I feel overwhelmed by the complexity of my tasks, remind me to take one breath at a time, looking to you for the next right step. I want to have the mind of Christ, a mind that is focused on what is true, noble, right, pure, lovely, and admirable. Help me to guard my thoughts today so that I do not fall into the traps of comparison or bitterness. Let my inner world be a garden where your peace can grow undisturbed. My King, I pray for a physical strengthening that matches the renewal of my spirit. You know the weariness that resides in my bones and the way my body feels the toll of stress. I ask that you would touch my physical being with your healing hand, granting me the stamina I need to fulfill my responsibilities with joy. Help me to treat this body, which is a temple of your spirit, with respect and care today. Grant me the discipline to rest when I need to and the vigor to act when duty calls. I want to feel a brand new energy pulsing through me, an energy that doesn't come from caffeine or excitement, but from the deep well of your life within me. Let my physical strength be a testimony to your sustaining power. Jesus, I lift up my family and my household to your protective care. I ask that you would be the invisible guest at our table and the silent listener to every conversation. Soften any sharp edges in our relationships and help us to speak to one another with a kindness that reflects your own. I pray for the children in my life, that you would guard their hearts and minds as they navigate a world that can be confusing and harsh. Protect them from harm and guide their feet into the paths of righteousness. I ask for your blessing on my home, that it would be a place of refuge, a sanctuary of peace where your name is honored and your love is felt. May our walls be filled with the warmth of your presence, pushing away any darkness or strife. Father, I ask for your guidance in my work and my daily chores. Whether my tasks today seem large or small, help me to do them with a spirit of excellence and a heart of service. Give me patience with difficult people and the grace to handle setbacks without losing my peace. I pray for my colleagues and supervisors that our workplace would be a place of integrity and mutual respect. If I am facing a difficult decision today, I ask for your light to shine on the best path forward. Help me to be a person of my word, working honestly and diligently as if I were working directly for you. I give you the outcomes of my efforts, trusting that you will use my work to contribute to the good of the world in ways I may not even see. My dear Lord, I want to pray for those who are struggling far more than I am this morning. I think of the person waking up in a hospital bed, feeling frightened and alone. I think of the family that doesn't know where their next meal will come from, or the soul that is currently trapped in the darkness of addiction. Please visit them with your comfort and your hope. Let them feel a tangible sense of your presence, even in the midst of their pain. I pray for the peacemakers in the world, for those who are working to end conflict and bring relief to the suffering. Use me, Father, as a channel of your blessing to someone else today. Open my eyes to the needs around me, whether it's a neighbor who needs a kind word or a stranger who needs a helping hand. Father in heaven, I ask for the gift of wisdom as I manage the resources you have entrusted to me. Help me to be a good steward of my money, my time, and my talents. Give me a heart that is generous and a hand that is open to those in need. I pray against the spirit of greed or the fear of lack, knowing that you are my provider who knows exactly what I need before I even ask. Teach me to find contentment in what I have, rather than constantly chasing after more. I want my life to be characterized by a simple trust in your provision, a trust that allows me to live with a sense of abundance regardless of my circumstances. Let my financial life be a reflection of my faith in your goodness. My King, I pray for those who are grieving today, for the hearts that are heavy with the loss of a loved one. I ask for your supernatural comfort. Be the one who wipes away their tears and holds them in the silence of their sorrow. Help them to find the strength to face the day, and let them know that their pain is seen and valued by you. I ask for your healing to touch the broken places of their souls, bringing a peace that surpasses all understanding. May they find hope in the promise of eternal life and in the knowledge that you are a God who restores and redeems all things. Let them feel the warmth of your love like a blanket wrapped around them in the cold of their grief. Jesus, I ask for your protection as I go out into the world today. Guard my heart from the temptations that so easily beset me and keep my feet from stumbling. I pray for safety as I travel and for your hand to be over me in every environment I enter. Protect me from the schemes of the enemy and from the negative influences that would try to pull me away from your light. I ask for a hedge of protection around my mind so that I am not swayed by the falsehoods of the world, but remain anchored in your truth. Let your angels encamp around me and those I love, keeping us safe in all our ways. I trust in your promise to be my refuge and my fortress, a very present help in times of trouble. Father, I pray for the leaders of the world and of my community. Give them hearts that seek justice and minds that are open to your wisdom. I ask that you would guide them in making decisions that promote peace, protect the vulnerable, and honor the dignity of every human being. Help us all to be better citizens, contributing to the well-being of our society with humility and grace. I pray for an end to division and hatred, and for a spirit of reconciliation to sweep across our lands. May we learn to see the image of God in every person we meet, treating others with the same mercy and love that you have shown to us. Let your kingdom come and your will be done on earth, starting with the way I treat people today. My dear Lord, I ask for a deepening of my faith through the experiences of this day. When things go well, let my first instinct be to give you the glory. When things are difficult, let my first reaction be to turn to you for strength. I want my relationship with you to be more than just a morning ritual. I want it to be a constant, living dialogue. Help me to see the lessons you are teaching me in the ordinary moments. I want to grow in my understanding of your character and your heart. Let the challenges I face today serve to refine my spirit, making me more like Jesus in my character and my conduct. I am your clay, Father, and you are the potter. Mold me today into the person you created me to be. Father in heaven, I thank you for the hope that never fades. Even when the world feels dark and uncertain, I know that you are on the throne and that your purposes will prevail. I thank you for the promise of your return and for the ultimate restoration of all things. This hope is the anchor for my soul, keeping me steady when the waves of life get rough. I want to live today as a person of hope, radiating a quiet confidence that comes from knowing the end of the story. Let my life be a signpost that points others toward the light of your truth. I am so grateful that my future is secure in your hands and that nothing can separate me from your love. My King, as the light continues to grow outside my window, I feel the weight of your peace settling even deeper into my heart, reminding me that the renewal you promise isn't a fleeting emotion, but a steady, grounding reality. I find myself lingering in this sacred stillness, reluctant to leave the warmth of your presence, yet eager to see how your spirit will move through me in the hours to come. So often I have mistakenly believed that I needed to find a way to climb up to you, but this morning I am reminded that you have already come down to meet me right where I am, in the middle of my mess and my tiredness. I ask that the energy I feel beginning to stir within me would be rooted in your strength, not my own adrenaline or the pressure of my expectations. Help me to carry this quiet confidence like a hidden treasure as I step out into the world, knowing that the Maker of the stars is the same one who sustains my every breath. Father, I pray specifically for the healing of my physical body and the restoration of my natural vitality, which often feels so depleted by the demands of this life. You know the areas where I feel pain, the joints that ache, and the fatigue that seems to settle in my very marrow when the day grows long. I ask for your restorative touch to flow through my veins, bringing a sense of freshness and health that allows me to serve others with a cheerful heart. Please grant me the wisdom to listen to what my body needs today, whether it is a moment of rest, a drink of water, or the discipline to move with purpose. I trust that you are the source of all life, and that you desire for me to have the stamina required to fulfill the beautiful purpose you have set before me. Let my health be a reflection of your care, and let my strength be used to lift up those who are even more weary than I am. Jesus, I also bring before you the hidden wounds of my heart, the ones that don't show on the outside but often drain my energy more than any physical labor ever could. I ask for your gentle hand to reach into the memories that still sting and the disappointments that have left me feeling cynical or guarded. Please wash away the bitterness that tries to take root when I feel overlooked or unappreciated, and replace it with the sweet assurance that I am fully seen and deeply loved by you. I pray for a brand new emotional energy that allows me to be present for the people I love, without the baggage of past hurts coloring my reactions. Help me to forgive quickly, to love without conditions, and to find my worth solely in your eyes, rather than in the shifting opinions of the world around me. My dear Lord, I ask for a special measure of wisdom for the decisions I must make today, both the large choices that weigh on my mind and the small ones that shape the direction of my character. I often feel as though I am walking through a fog, uncertain of which path to take, but I trust in your promise to be a lamp unto my feet. Please sharpen my intuition so that I can sense your still, small voice, even in the midst of a loud and crowded day. When I am faced with conflict, give me the words that bring peace. When I am faced with temptation, give me the strength to choose what is right over what is easy. I want my life to be a testimony to your guidance, showing that even a simple person can walk a straight path when they are holding on to the hand of their Creator. Father in heaven, I lift up the work of my hands today, asking that you would infuse it with a sense of divine purpose. Whether I am sitting at a desk, caring for a home, or serving in my community, let me see my tasks through the lens of your kingdom. I pray against the feelings of monotony or boredom that often tempt me to go through the motions without heart. Instead, help me to find joy in the details and to treat every person I encounter with the dignity they deserve as your creation. I ask for your favor on my projects and for the ability to handle pressure with a calm and steady spirit. May the way I work be a quiet form of worship, an offering of my time and talent to the one who gave them to me in the first place. My King, I want to intercede for the friends and neighbors who are crossing my mind at this very moment. You know the secret struggles they are facing, the financial pressures that keep them awake at night, and the loneliness that shadows their quietest hours. I ask that you would make your presence known to them in a way that feels tangible and personal. Provide for their needs in ways that surprise them, and send people into their lives who will offer the encouragement they so desperately need. If there is any way that I can be an answer to their prayers today, please show me clearly and give me a heart that is ready to act. Let our community be bound together by a spirit of kindness and mutual support, reflecting the way you care for each of us. Jesus, I pray for the sick and the suffering, especially those who feel they have reached the end of their endurance. For the ones in chronic pain, I ask for the grace of a moment's relief and the hope of a full recovery. For those facing a frightening diagnosis, be the peace that anchors their soul while the storm rages around them. I ask for your wisdom to guide the hands of doctors and nurses, and for your comfort to surround the families who are waiting and watching. Remind us all that you are the God who restores what has been broken and that no situation is ever beyond the reach of your redemptive power. We place our fragile lives into your strong hands, trusting that you are working all things together for good, even when we cannot see the full picture. Father, I ask for your protection over the children in our lives as they navigate the complexities of this modern world. It is so easy for them to feel pressured to conform or to lose their sense of wonder in the face of so much noise. Please guard their innocence and help them to grow in wisdom and in favor with both you and those around them. Give them mentors who will speak truth into their lives and friends who will build them up rather than tear them down. I pray that they would come to know you at an early age, finding in you a friend who is closer than a brother. Help us as adults to model a faith that is authentic and a love that is consistent, so that they may see a glimpse of your character in our everyday actions. My dear Lord, I also want to pray for the elderly and those who feel that their season of greatest usefulness has passed. Remind them that they are still vital members of your family, and that their prayers and their wisdom are needed now more than ever. Ease the aches of their bodies and the loneliness that often accompanies the later years of life. Let them feel the warmth of your companionship and the respect of the younger generations. I ask that you would fill their hearts with a sense of peace as they look back on their journey, and a sense of excitement as they look forward to the eternal home you have prepared for them. May their lives continue to shine with the light of your grace, proving that your beauty only deepens with time. Father in heaven, I ask for the strength to be a person of integrity in a world that often prizes shortcuts and deception. Help me to be honest in my dealings, faithful in my promises, and consistent in my values, even when no one is watching. I pray that my yes would be yes, and my no would be no, and that I would treat every person with the same level of respect, regardless of their status or what they can do for me. I ask for the courage to stand up for what is right, even if I have to stand alone, and for the humility to admit when I am wrong. Let my life be built on the solid foundation of your truth, so that when the winds of change blow, I will not be shaken. My King, I pray for a spirit of contentment to guard my heart against the constant pull of comparison and consumerism. It is so easy to look at what others have and feel as though I am lacking, but I want to be satisfied with the portions you have measured out for me. Help me to find joy in the simple things, a shared meal, a sunset, the laughter of a friend, and to realize that true wealth is found in your presence, not in my possessions. I ask for a heart that is generous, ready to share whatever I have with those who have less. Teach me to hold my things with a loose grip, knowing that everything I own is a gift from you, and that my ultimate security is found in your unchanging love. Jesus, I ask for your guidance as I steward my time today. There are so many distractions that vie for my attention, pulling me away from the things that truly matter. Please help me to prioritize my day according to your values, making room for prayer, for connection with others, and for the work you have assigned to me. I pray against the spirit of procrastination and the anxiety of being overwhelmed. Give me a focused mind and a disciplined spirit so that I can end this day with a sense of peace, knowing that I have used my hours well. Help me to remember that my time is a precious resource, and I want to invest it in things that have eternal significance. Father, I lift up the leaders of our local communities, from the teachers in our schools to the officers on our streets. Give them a sense of responsibility and a heart for service as they fulfill their roles. I pray for those who are making difficult decisions that affect our daily lives, asking that you would grant them a vision for the common good. Help us to be a people who support and encourage our leaders, rather than simply criticizing them. I ask for your protection over those who put themselves in harm's way to keep us safe, and for your comfort for their families who wait for them to return home. May our communities be places of safety, opportunity, and kindness, where every person has the chance to thrive under your providential care. My dear Lord, as this prayer begins to transition into the active part of my day, I want to pause and simply marvel at the beauty of the human experience. We are such fragile creatures made of dust and yet carrying the very breath of God within us. We feel so much, the height of joy and the depth of sorrow, and yet you are present in every emotion. It is a profound mystery that the Creator of the universe would desire to walk with us, to hear our whispers, and to guide our steps. I am humbled by the thought that my small life matters to you, and that you have a plan for me that is woven into the grand tapestry of your creation. Help me to live today with a sense of awe, seeing the extraordinary in the ordinary and the divine in the human. Father, I think about how often we struggle to find our way, wandering through life like children in the dark, and yet your light is always there waiting for us to turn toward it. We are a people who long for connection, for meaning, and for a home that we cannot quite describe. And I realize now that these longings are simply the echoes of our soul's desire for you. Help us to be more patient with one another's flaws and more appreciative of one another's gifts. In our shared humanity, let us find the common ground of your love, realizing that we are all travelers on the same road, heading toward the same eternal destination. May we treat each other with a tenderness that reflects the way you have treated us, especially in our moments of greatest weakness. My King, I surrender the remainder of this day to you with a heart that is quiet and full of expectation. I do not know what the next few hours will bring, whether there will be triumphs or trials, laughter or tears, but I know that you will be there through it all. I choose to trust in your goodness even when the path is steep, and I choose to rest in your love, even when the world is chaotic. I ask that the brand new energy I have received in this time of prayer would stay with me, fueling my actions and brightening my outlook. Let my life be a living reflection of your grace, a small beacon of hope in a world that so desperately needs to see your light. I go forth now, not in my own power, but in the name of the one who makes all things new. Father, I thank you for this community of believers who have joined their hearts with mine in this moment. I ask that you would bless each person who is listening, meeting them at the exact point of their need. May they feel a renewed sense of your presence and a surge of divine energy that carries them through their day. Let them know that their prayers have been heard and that you are already at work in their circumstances. As we close this time of communion, let the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, guard our hearts and our minds in Christ Jesus. We walk into the world as your children, loved, forgiven, and empowered for the journey ahead. My dear Lord, I give you all the praise, the honor, and the glory, for you alone are worthy. You are the beginning and the end, the source of our strength and the anchor of our souls. I look forward to the moments today where I will see your hand at work, and I thank you in advance for the victories you have already won on my behalf. Keep my heart soft, my mind clear, and my spirit renewed as I serve you with everything I am. I love you, Lord, and I place my entire life into your hands with peaceful confidence and joy. Amen.